Bad language warning. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Right, we've got a bit of a bonus podcast coming here. And this is something that I'm piloting to you. So this is a new show that I'm coming up with. The official pilot. And I've called this, the working title is Hypothetically Speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes. So I've got 3 hypothetical scenarios for you.
Right.
And you have to, give your reasons behind your answers kind of thing.
Okay.
All right. So 2 of them are from Reddit. I will credit. And that rhymes.
Right.
One of them is from me. So the first one is from Dr. Morbius 21.
Okay.
Okay. You are given a job that pays well. You can't be fired from You can't be fired from and doesn't actually have any requirements other than to turn up. How will you fill your day?
Can I bring a book?
You can do whatever you want. It's just
I've
how you
had,
feel.
I've had jobs like that.
Yeah.
When I worked for the NHS.
Yeah.
Like, I was
For the NHS?
I was a
The
porter.
underfunded NHS?
I was a porter. So you're saying the job you can't get sacked from and there's now to do?
You can't get sacked, but you don't actually have a role there by the looks.
Well, I had a role to bring a book.
Just bring a book every day. I just watch YouTube all day.
See, I think I'd be wasting time like I did when I was a porter. So I was like, I've got to, improve myself. So I'd read books.
Oh, that's good.
And people would walk past and go, "You're reading a book?"
Make you brave
like,
in that.
Yeah, I'm reading a book. And some people didn't like it. This lady I worked with didn't like it.
Why was there never people for you to port around?
Well, there was, but sometimes you'd have a half-hour gap or even a 10-minute gap. So there was stuff to do. But depending on who you're working with, I'd bring a book. If it was the lads I'd have a good laugh with, I'd just not bother. But if it was like all the middle-aged women,
Yeah.
and I was like 19 at the time.
You don't like talking to middle-aged women?
There's only so far. There's only so much you can talk about your standards. You know what I mean?
And Corey?
Well, they didn't watch Corrie. It would be
It's ridiculous.
pretty strict conversation. I know.
Was this when you were in the north or when you were in?
Yeah, northeast.
They didn't watch Corey. Is that like a Manchester thing? Because you wouldn't want to go.
No, I did. I watched Corrie, but they didn't.
Anyway,
Standards.
right. The next one is from OK Parsnip 9774. The first 9,773 were taken. Okay. You wake up tomorrow in the late 1800s, but your phone can still browse 2024's internet. How do you use your comparatively infinite knowledge? Oof. Do you take over the world?
Well, I'd just buy a crystal ball and then just make a lot of money by charging people to come and see me, predict what's going to happen in next week or 2.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I guess.
Although, is there a lot of week-by-week information going out to the 1800s?
Well, there was a lot of inventions. That was a big time of inventions, like Victorian engineering and the Industrial Revolution.
Would you try and get there first?
Become
the company inventor.
Who was he, the guy who built all the bridges? Islamabad.
Isn't it Isambard Kingdom Brunel?
That's him.
Yeah.
I'd find him.
Is it Kingdom? The Kingdom was the son. I think it might have been
It was Brunel.
Whatever,
yeah.
Brunel in general. Yeah.
Maybe I could.
So you'd invent bridges.
I'd invent bridges.
So
I never thought it. I'd Google an image of one of his bridges.
And you can be like,
and then
what about this design?
Oh, late 1800s, he might have already built all that stuff. Maybe I'd go over to Germany and find Franz, what was he called? The guy who got assassinated, and that started the First World War. I'd go over there, because he'd only be a child at the time, and I'd adopt him, bring him back to England away from danger. He'd never get assassinated, and there'd never be World War One. That's what I'd do.
So you wouldn't use the internet. That's what I'm saying.
Because I already knew that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have known that. That's using the internet.
You could use Google Maps.
Google, how did World War... Are there any wars to come?
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, well, how did the first one start? Oh, no. Okay.
Very well done. I never paid attention in history.
Well, I'm in the late 1800s with internet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Oh, yeah. I
okay.
mean, who's knowing about... In school, we never learnt anything.
No, I've-
for
Hang on, I'm someone
World War
who...
One.
Did I go back in time?
Oh, no, yeah. So you've gone back and... You wake up tomorrow in the late 1800s.
Oh.
So you're you.
Oh.
That changed everything.
I could still adopt him
Yeah.
as a child.
It's just something you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, Franz Ferdinand.
Franz Ferdinand.
Was a band, yeah,
Mm.
I think. Anyway, I'd do that. I'd stop World War One.
Yeah. There you go.
No,
Let it
no,
first.
no, and then I'd just retire to a little house.
And Hitler would have ended up being a painter.
Maybe he'd still try something, so I'd find him and adopt him.
But he was in. He's not Hitler as well. Just
So I'd
to say.
adopt Hitler
Yeah.
as like a 5-year-old.
Mm.
No, I'd have to steal him. I wouldn't kill him. That's not nice.
Mm.
I'd go and find him and nick him, and then maybe go to Lanzarote or somewhere and raise him. And it'd be like, can I stop the evil?
Yeah.
Is he just going to come out somehow? So I might have to just put him in a cage.
He was a shit
Save
painter.
life.
So his shit paintings made him evil. That's my theory. You know, he wasn't good at perspective,
No, he wasn't, was it? He had no perspective on things when you think about it.
both in art and in real life.
Isn't
Am
it?
I right, guys?
Ha
Ha ha ha.
But yeah, I'd adopt Hitler and Franz Ferdinand.
Cool. So this one's from me.
No, hello, Paul.
Okay. Your doppelganger has done a crime that will land you in prison for a 10-year stretch. How do you prove it was not you? The caveat being that you were with me at the time, and I am prone to lying because I am a right bastard.
DNA test?
DNA
If
test.
he's left any, what's the crime? I don't know, do we? I'll probably just kill him. I'll probably just kill myself.
He put
How long would I go to
he
prison?
put a lot of kittens in a bag and
Drowned
drowned them.
Okay, you probably only get 6 months for that.
Really?
All right. It'd be an experience.
He also stole from a shop, and it was his third strike.
What's that? If it were in the UK, would it be in the UK? Or here?
Does that only apply to Americans?
No, I'm just saying the UK, you don't go to prison now because they've got no space left.
Ah,
And that's true.
well,
Unless you've punched a copper, then you get 3 years.
so you punched a copper with a bag of kittens
Oh,
and then drowned the kittens in. Well, you haven't. Your doppelganger has, and then drowned those
Oh.
kittens in front of the officer.
About 4 years. 5 years maybe I'd get for that.
Yeah, you whacked him 3 times.
Can I find the doppelganger?
The doppelganger has whacked him 3 times.
Well, just...
So how
Does he-
would you find the doppelganger?
Well, where does he live? Is he in the same city?
He lives in Leeds.
Okay, I'll go to Leeds and see, have you seen me anywhere? And then they go, there you in the Weatherspoons last night. And I'll go and find him. And I'd say, oh, you. And I'd
Yeah,
action down the police station.
and then
Or I'd do a face-off thing where
Oh.
I'd take his face off and swap it with mine.
oh,
Then
clever,
that would mean...
clever.
What would that mean?
That'd be nothing because you look exactly the same.
It's funny though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be a funny situation, wouldn't it?
No, I'd kill him. I'd take a brick in a Weatherspoons and just mash his head in.
Yeah,
You bastard.
go to prison for a
I'm not
reason.
going to prison for your crimes.
I'm going to prison for my crimes, and then smash
And
him.
then, yeah.
That work.
And then I'd go, as soon as I've said that, I'll be like, oh, shit.
Oh shit! Now hiding the criminal.
Now I've got to find a doppelganger for me. And it goes on and on.
Oh, I've just killed him.
Well, I've got to find another so I can frame him. And then I'm him.
Do you know I've
Secular.
seen my doppelganger
Go round and round.
in a YouTube video. I saw my
I've seen
doppelganger.
you everywhere. You've got one of those, you've got to guess who face. So.
Well, no, legitimately, right?
No, I know. I sent you a picture. There's a hacker in the video.
There's a hacker that looks like me.
Yeah.
Well, the one I saw. So apparently I'm everywhere. The one I saw, it was in a YouTuber called Ed Chapman. Very good
Yeah,
YouTuber.
get to it. Yeah.
And he was in Naples, in Italy,
What was he doing there?
just filming a video.
And there was someone in the background.
And he was in a cafe, and this guy behind him went, garçon, or whatever they say.
Messier, glass.
Exactly me.
Kind of a beard mustache.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
You have tits.
I I mean, I didn't go that far.
but you couldn't see.
I
Like,
couldn't see. Yeah.
was he like a better looking bird?
Yeah.
If he's Italian, he's down.
Well, I'm a bit Italian,
Oh, maybe.
and my granddad was from Naples and moved back to Naples. You know, after my dad was born, I guess. Not to bring my family in.
Your granddad was Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Follow.
my great granddad was Italian.
There you go. Well, now that you know our origins, I guess it's time for the end of this episode. Thanks for listening or watching, Hypothetically Speaking, with Paul and Rohan. Thanks for listening or watching. Check us out on our socials. We are LWAM Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and Let's Write a Movie Podcast on Facebook. That's LWAM Podcast. Cheers.